It's not that there's not lights in the sky, it's that there's lies on the ground.
They got a better chance of seeing Jesus.
Stay home, stay free, and stay alive.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the W.O.W podcast. That's short for Wide Open Wonders. And I'm your host, Katie Cook. Why do I call it Wide Open Wonders? Because I really want it to be wide open. I want to cover everything paranormal. And when I say paranormal, I mean pretty much anything that can't be explained easily by typical scientific methods. So we're going to cover everything from ghost hunting to cryptids, crop circles, consciousness, and definitely a lot of ufology, because that is my passion. So this is not really the debut episode. This is kind of a little mini teaser episode because there's an interesting story in the news right now that I just really wanted to cover. I wanted to put something fun together based on that, and that is the Storm Area 51 event that is happening, not happening. I think definitely not happening at this point, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So in a few weeks from now, I will have an official launch of the podcast. But like I said, just kind of want to put this little teaser out. So Storm Area 51, you have probably heard about this. If you haven't, if you've been living under a rock, basically this guy, Matty Roberts, put up, I think it was on Facebook originally, this post that just said, "Let's storm Area 51. They can't stop us all." And he has the date of September 20th down, and lo and behold, millions of people RSVP. I'm sure much to his shock and horror. Also to the shock and horror of Lincoln County, Nevada, which is where Rachel, Nevada is, which is where Area 51 is. Lincoln County actually requested police backup because they were like, we have no idea how many people are going to show up and we are not prepared for this. I think Rachel, Nevada, the town has, I think I heard less than 100 people population full time. I think one of the only things there is the little alien where you can stay, and they've kind of got it all themed alien because a lot of people do try to drive to Area 51, at least get as close as they can. But, you know, usually that means taking a picture outside of the sign that says, "Don't come in," right? They make it pretty damn clear. But apparently not clear enough for a couple of guys from the Netherlands that a few days ago actually did try to get inside and apparently got a few miles inside the perimeter. And even though they said they speak English, they said they did not see the signs that say no trespassing. But for anyone who doesn't know what the heck is Area 51, why is it such a big deal? It is a government nuclear facility. In conspiracy theory circles, it's really been a big deal for decades because obviously you've heard of the Roswell crash of 1947. And supposedly Area 51 is where they took, that was in New Mexico, and supposedly Area 51 in Nevada is where they took alien bodies and parts of the craft that crashed. And I've heard all kinds of stories that maybe there was one alien that lived a few years, maybe a couple were deceased. It's also been rumored that they do back engineering on saucers. Some people think that some of the UFOs that we see now are actually back engineered craft, that it's actually our government's craft now, but that we got the technology following that crash. So there's all kinds of stories, and you could definitely look that up and find out more for yourself. But by the way, these guys that got inside the perimeter, they were arrested. They're in pretty big trouble. Needless to say, nobody really needs to try and get inside Area 51. It's not a good idea. And, this was all started as a joke. But it turned into more of a festival thing. They were going to have a music festival, have some bands playing. And I actually thought, that sounds pretty cool. Not really an ideal place to have a music festival. So I started thinking, if people really thought this through, well, as far as I know, the whole event now has been moved. Let me pull up a quote for you here. Due to the lack of infrastructure, poor planning, risk management, and blatant disregard for the safety of the expected 10,000 plus alien stock attendees, we decided to pull the plug on the festival, Roberts and his team announced via the Alien Stock website. We are not interested in, nor will we tolerate any involvement in a Firefest 2.0. If you don't know what Firefest is, spelled with a Y, look that one up. We definitely don't want to repeat that. So as far as we know at this point, the music festival, this whole Storm Area 51 event, is going to move. So hopefully everybody's got the message by now and they don't plan on showing up. And I was recently at the UFO Congress in Phoenix, and I couldn't resist bringing this up with some of my ufology friends to see what they thought about it. He's already laughing, and I haven't even asked him anything yet.
I can't wait to see the video on that one. I mean, I don't think they're going to get very far. I mean, first of all, it's a military installation that, you know, it's guarded by people who used to be Navy SEALs and Special Forces, and they're not going to play. If they think they're going to get very far with them, they got a better chance of seeing Jesus than they got with those.
We're not dealing with mall cop.
Ah, wait, no. And then second of all, there's a thing called tear gas.
My favorite part is that it seems like there's an upgrade in the aggressive stance that people should have towards the subject, right? Because it's not about Stephen Bassett. He says, you know, it's not that there's not lights in the sky, it's that there's lies on the ground. So, you know, the idea of storming, you know, it's not even occupying. It's like next level. It's like, let's just storm that place and get the truth. I like that energy. I think it's exciting. It's totally dangerous, but it's at the point where, you know, people need to, I think, get aggressive like that, because if it's an insult to our species to keep this under wraps.
What do you think, Candy?
Even if it's just the aggressive pursuit of knowledge, which I think would be great, you know, us kind of like taking the satirical opportunity of storming it, and, you know, whether or not there will be some crazies storming it on that day, probably. Crazies storm places all the time.
On social media for the last month or two, I've been posting things like, stay home, stay free, and stay alive.
Stay free, like don't get arrested?
Yeah, like don't get arrested. Yeah, I think that's a very bad idea to storm an American military base, you know, and I would encourage people to not do it.
Do you think there's anything even in there anymore?
No, you're not. Well, first of all, if there is anything, it's at a place called S4, which is inside of a mountain. So they better bring their shovels and their picks if they want to get that far. But first of all, they're going to go through, 20 miles of desert before they're going to even get to a close area. Then they got to find the place. So they better bring their lunch, because it's not going to be something that they're going to do in a couple hours. I can tell you that.
It's so remote, and it's on the American nuclear test base in Nevada. I mean, they exploded nuclear weapons in this area. So, I mean, just tell you how remote it really is.
Maybe some suntan lotion, because it's going to get awful hot. And you're going to get a little burned and charred out there. It's not exactly the greatest environment in the world. What do you think they picked it for? So nobody would go there. It's not like Palm Springs or Florida Beach. Yeah, we're going to put a secret base on a beach here, so, you know, you guys can come on down. They put it in the middle of God's country.
I wouldn't worry about Area 51. It's Area 52, 53, and 54 that you're probably, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like bait and switch, sleight of hand.
Yeah, I wonder that. I mean, really, do you think anything's even there anymore?
Doubt it. Yeah, I think they rely on the buzz and the mythology around it to distract you from where stuff really is. I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book.
The actual history of Area 51 was put in order by the National Security Agency just for something for the public to get involved in. The actual bases that people should be actually concerned with is in New Mexico, Arizona, near the Superstition Mountains, And all the underground tunnels are connected throughout the United States and other countries as well.
If anything, this just shows that most people are suspicious now. That it's not even worth joking about, even though it's a joke, right? It's like most people actually think there's something there. That's why this is happening. It's very exciting.
It's really just something fun for people to actually worry about Area 51. The UFO agenda, as far as the government goes, if they're showing it publicly to the world, then it's something else that's they're actually doing that they don't want people to find out about.
They don't want anyone in there. They're not going to let, I don't care how many people they have, they're not making it in.
So it's safe to say you will not be going on September 20th.
I will not be going on September 20th.
Shane, I'm guessing you're not going to be there on September 20th.
No, I've decided to stay home, stay safe, and stay free. Yeah.
Kind of want to go just for the spectacle of it.
I kind of want to go just for the T-shirt.
I came to Area 51 and all I got was a stupid T-shirt.
I want to go bad, honey.
I mean, if I had $1 million, I'd go a lot of places.
Yeah, you want to go see a flying saucer, go out on your back porch and keep watching the stars. You're going to see one sooner or later. You're going to see things that you've never seen before. It's a lot easier. You go out there with your Diet Coke, you sit out on the back porch, you enjoy yourself. And instead of going there with like 50 gallons of water and trying to, storm Area 51. Okay.
I'm down. I'm getting a helicopter. I'm renting it. Forget about it. It's my birthday month. I'm spending the money.
It's been very nice
Parachute
knowing
down.
you.
No, I'm kidding.
I love it. I love the parachute down and be like, happy birthday to me.
They'll be like a paraglider shaped like, an alien head. I'm interested.
We're going to party with the little gray guys.
Very
What?
This guy.
Anyone who goes, I'll be praying for you.
I would like to get your thoughts on storming Area 51. Apparently you're a little shy. I totally get it. Humans are scary. No, but for real. Yay, nay, Area 51? Can't really hear you. Okay, apparently you just really don't want to talk. Duh. What am I thinking? You guys totally communicate telepathically. God, Katie. Know your interview subject. All right, we're going to do things your way. Oh.